when you figure out the why you do what you do, God will show you how. Why is always more important than how. Why do you do what you do? I wonder how many of you would have come to this conference, or how many of you would have come to the simulcast if we had advertised it, learning to serve like Jesus. You see, I find a lot of people wanting to lead and very few people wanting to serve. And in the servant leadership part, we all want to focus on the second part. We know that we don't want to just be leaders. We want to be servant leaders, but let's get the servant part out of the way and let's get to the leadership part. Okay? And I want to tell you, if you will focus on the first part, the servant part, God will take care of the second part. Okay? Just focus on serving. And if you will focus on the serving part, the more you serve, if you serve a few people, you will have a little influence. If you serve a lot of people, you'll have a lot of influence. If you serve a great number of people, you will have great influence. You don't have to worry about the leadership part. Focus on the serving part. And if you get that part, God will take care of the rest.
Sunday morning that he actually came to my house and knocked on my door and then literally fell at my door, and he bled out in front of us, but he managed to tell me who had done this thing to him. When he died, a few hours later, I've tracked down the guy who actually murdered my brother, and I vowed to him that the next time I see him, I would kill him. And you know, I had a very one-dimensional idea of what it was to be a leader, and that was to be in charge. And I'd never ever considered Jesus to be a leader. I knew he was my savior. I knew he was a teacher. I knew that he was my God. I never really considered him to be a leader. One of the first scriptures that really pulled it back to me was in Matthew 20:28, and that was, the Son of Man didn't come to earth to be served, but to serve. As I drove past him, the Lord said, "Stop the car. I want you to speak to him." I said, "Lord, I don't know what to say to him. Lord, it is busy. There's traffic all over the place. I don't know where to pull this car over. Stop the car. I want you to speak to him." I said, "Yes, Lord." 200 meters further up the road, there's a little bus stop that was empty, and I turned in there. So one of the things that I'd learned from the habits of leading like Jesus was to hear God's voice. So spending that time in solitude, in time in prayer. And that's what happened to me in the car. Before, I would have probably ignored it. But this time I knew without a shadow of a doubt that I was hearing the voice of the Lord. As he approached the car, I stepped out the car and I called him out by name. So I can only imagine what happened in his mind, because the last time he saw me, he had seen me, I had vowed I was going to kill him. And he stopped dead in his tracks. And immediately a peace came over me. And I spoke to him, I said, "I'm here in peace." And that's when I told him, "I'm born again Christian, and the Lord has led me to you today. And I'm here to forgive you." Naturally, he was quite taken aback, so I came closer to him and I spoke to him. I said, "You know, the impact and the consequences of you murdering my brother were vast. They affected many, many people. But today, I want you to be at peace. I want you to understand that you are forgiven. I forgive you on behalf of myself. I forgive you on behalf of my family. And I want you to find the peace that you need.